Well, so if you remember, early last year, I reported of an invasion of a portion of the Tano-Anwia Forest Reserve, specifically in the Awin municipality. And I told our listeners about the fact that an NPP executive has invaded the forest illegally with Chinese miners and has destroyed a large portion of it already. Now, the invasion continued. More political actors in the past administration joined the fray, and they destroyed quite a large part of it. And after a series of exposés and reports, the Forestry Commission, together with the concession owner, Clean Jobs, were able to drive them out. Now, when power changed hands this year, I've been monitoring the place. And then I heard of two groups who have invaded the forest again. This time, they are fully armed and are threatening to kill anybody who dares stop them. So yesterday, about 3 days ago, we monitored the place and we found out that indeed the forestry guards who were sent to stop them, when they went there, they were able to drive them. They burnt some plants and some equipment that they were using, and they came back to town. Whilst in town, the people accosted them on motorbikes, kidnapped them, took them to a different location, and subjected them to series of assaults.
As in, these illegal miners accosted the forest guards?
They seized some of their rifles.
Wow.
And one of them sustained a machete wound in the palm. And there are pictures and other things to that effect. In fact, they reported the case to the Inche police. They are yet to effect any arrest, but they are conducting their investigations. Then the next day, there was a fight between the two groups. In fact, there is a gentleman who walks around and calls himself Mahama Bodyguard. I understand his real name is Eugene. He leads one faction. And the other is led by one Karim and Baron. They lead the other faction. In fact, there were accusations that these groups were brought in by the MP for the area.
Both groups?
Carlos Odro.
As in both the two groups?
Yes. And I called him. In fact, he denied any involvement in those acts. But then he confirmed to me that he knows that these are NDC party boys who are working there. And that at a point in time, he suggested that if they are allowing people to mine, then they should also allow his people to also mine. And I asked him whether that is not an endorsement, that the people should go ahead and mine the forest illegally. He said no, he only suggested. Now, fast forward, these two groups went into a fight, a brutal fight, and two of them were shot dead by their own colleagues. The other one is in a critical condition. In fact, he is wounded fatally. And I'm learning that he's responding to treatment in one of the hospitals in the area. So, Kojo, I am wondering, if you look at the devastation, I am wondering why we will allow the things that we have spoken about and risked our lives to expose. If there is a concessionaire who has legal access to one of the pits and has not even started mining and is trying to go through the process to get a license, the right documents and permits to mine, but then other people who think they have power are now going behind to mine the forest illegally and mine it in a way that we are destroying it permanently and we are not even reclaiming the land. If you look at the extent of devastation, and what they have done within the past days, it will shock you. So that's the situation in the Tano-Anwia. In fact, it's not the Tano-Anwia Forest Reserve that is affected. They've also laid siege in the Yoyo Reserve and the Tano-Anwia Forest Reserve, which was first invaded by Chemawuntumi. They have also invaded the place, and now the Forestry Commission is finding it very difficult to even do their job.
Wow. Interesting. So these persons that you talk about, I mean, you've talked about how two of the persons have died, one is in critical condition. Have you spoken to, I mean, beyond the Member of Parliament, have you spoken to any of these guys? What have they been telling you?
I have tried to get some of them. I have not been successful. I am still trying to see if I can get them. In fact, we wanted to move in there as a team, but we were advised against it because even forest guards who are holding weapons were accosted, beaten, and assaulted. Some of their rifles seized. And so these are known thugs within the area who are operating and have really told the forest guards that next time when they see them in the area where they are working illegally, they will not be lenient with them. So such threats makes it difficult to even contact the people who are performing the illegality.
Now, let me just say that we're joined this morning by Erastus Asare Donkor, who's telling us the situation in the Tano-Anwia Forest in the Anwin municipality. The forest guards who were accosted, have you spoken to them? What did they tell you?
I have spoken to their leader, and we can take a listen to his account of the incident.